County Difference with your host, dancing realtor Julia Sansevere.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? It's July 19th, Wednesday. It's the Martin County Difference. I'm Julia Sansevere, your dancing realtor. Hello, and thanks for joining us tonight. We've got a great show, got an interesting organization, and a wonderful, interesting person to tell us all about that, and more about that later. But that's going to be 4 kids fostering in South Florida here. But my name is Julia Sansevere, and the whole thing about Dancing Realtor is because Martin County Healthy Start Coalition has once a year a program to raise money, fundraising for their programs to help little babies be born healthy in Martin County. And I danced in that fundraiser last year and raised a bunch of money. And now we've got some wonderful friends of mine who are doing that again this year, and I've had a couple of them on. And I want you to all to go. You might all, any one of you out there listening could have a friend in this fundraiser, and it is fun. So I want you to go to mchealthystart.org and make sure you check out who is dancing and vote for your favorite dancer. And when you vote, you're helping a little baby get born healthy. And you're voting with your votes, and you're voting with your dollars. And that's how people win, and that's how we make the money for the organization. And then the big night is September 23rd, coming up at the Lyric Theater, and you'll see all your favorite dancers and their dancing partners tripping the light fantastic across the Lyric stage.
You gotta get your tickets too.
You gotta get your tickets. Well, I heard they're sold out.
Yeah.
So you've got to contact your favorite dancer and find out if they've got a stash, and some of them do. They buy them for their friends. So you want to make sure you come. It's a real happening in town, a lot of fun, and so you really want to. It's a community activity. It's really great. And this is the Martin County Difference, and that's part of what makes us different is the community spirit here and helping neighbor helping neighbor. So, you know, this is the Martin County Difference. It's on Facebook Live. It's on the radio at WSTU 1450 AM, and also on their internet webcam streaming live at WSTUtv.com. And now I have it as a podcast on iTunes as well as on YouTube. You can go to the channel there, the YouTube channel. So please subscribe to that, and also join the group on Facebook so you can get alerted as to what's going on and what's coming up. And in this section, I do a little bit of real estate news, and I've got some interesting facts. I happened to hear a report this morning that piqued my interest about foreign nations buying real estate in the United States. And the report said that China was the leader. Well, I wanted to double check the facts, and sure enough, the National Association of Realtors has said that China is not indeed the leading country, the leading foreign nation. Anybody want to take a guess out there?
Not the Russians, are they?
Not the Russians. No, we're going to leave the Russians out of this. Russia, Russia, Russia. That always reminds me of Marsha, Marsha, Marsha.
So you hear Russia, Russia, Russia.
It's Canada, eh? Canada is the leading foreign nation.
Get out of the cold.
To get out of the cold, that's exactly right. And they are buying all over the United States, but mostly in Florida. But we are a good deal still here. And interestingly enough, the Canadians aren't just buying for coming here in the season, they're buying as investors. Their dollar is very good. So it's not who's buying, it's why they're buying. It's very interesting. So they do top the list for all 20 of our top markets. So in Miami, the top 5 markets are Miami, Los Angeles, Bellingham, Washington, so out there on the West Coast as well. In Hawaii, I can't say all these names. Sorry if I massacred that. Wailukulu, Lahaina. Then New York, New York. They named it twice. It's so nice. So that's very interesting to me because I have had some international buyers. I work with Coldwell Banker here, and we're an international brand company. And it's really interesting, the people that come here and why they come here. Well, we have Paradise Real.
Well, who was number 2?
Well, number 2 is variable. it's the UK, okay, the Brits are coming, and Germany. And Brazil. And then Mexico. And China was the leader, but it's really slipped down to it's roughly second, but it also, in different pockets and different markets, it's lagging behind. So I just thought that was very interesting, and to bring you up to date on the national market. In the local market, we're doing really well. It's still a very active market, so if you need to sell your house, you want to give me a call. 772-919-1385. But also you can go on my website, and if you're looking to buy, I've got some interesting properties there, and you can search all the Florida properties at juliasansevere.com. And I was also thinking about you homeowners out there, the best return on your dollar, the best ROI, if you need to sell your house, is what room is the most obvious room that people hang out in and gets the most use. That's the one where you get your most return on your investment if it's souped up a little bit in different ways. And that would be the kitchen. A very chic and updated kitchen is the best way to increase the value of your house. How do you start? Where do you begin? Well, first of all, your cabinets, your countertops, and your appliances. And everything else falls into place after that. Your flooring, your paint, your lighting, and your backsplash. So, you want to go bold. You want to make a statement, use a beautiful quartz, make sure it's stain free. You want to go sleek, something modern that really makes it look clean and fresh. And also go luxe. You want to go luxurious and an unexpected piece of art, a conversation centerpiece, some chic bar stools. You don't have to do much, but whatever you do, have some goal in mind of what you're going to do. You're going to make it elegant and sophisticated, no reason not to. And the overall design of the kitchen, it could flow through the house, because now we're having more and more open design
What's
living.
the next room?
I didn't go that far. Don't
Will
stop
you
me
be
with
the
your
bathroom?
questions, husband dear. Well, of course, bathrooms, the master bathroom, yeah, absolutely. Bathrooms and kitchens are the number one. But I was doing kitchens tonight because we're thinking about our kitchen, aren't we?
I'd be happy, just my dish is done.
And yeah, it's time to get your kitchen done. So, and with that, I want to thank, and also we all need cars, right? So, and we'll talk about what kind of appliances and everything next week. I have some wonderful sponsors. I have TC Palm Home Inspections. I want to thank them. They are family owned and operated. It's Gary and Terry Molka. And I'm going to thank them while I bring in Kenya here. Thank you. Join us, Kenya. And finish up with Gary as TC Palm Home Inspections. He's at 772-678-8333. And you can check out his website at tcpalmhomeinspections.com. And, here's the thing. When you're buying or selling a home, it's not so scary when you use Inspector Gary. And so they really had a fun thing here in the month of June. They helped me do a fun promotion, and we did a giveaway of Jupiter Donuts. And so thanks for listening out there. And I think if we do another one, I think I have somebody in mind who shares my show all the time. And I have to give a shout out to Gail Ryan. She's so sweet. The Martin County Difference. Thank you, Audi Stewart, for sponsoring us. You are awesome. You're on US 1. Everybody knows that. In a beautiful glass building. You're going to be treated like royalty when you go there. They are known for service, and they are located at 772-214-3900 or audistewart.com, or you can just drop by. They're open every day, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And they have beautiful cars. What can I say? So one of these days I'll own one. Right now I'm still in a situation that I can't change, but one of these days that situation's going to be done, and I'm going to go see Devin Carlson, and you can see him too, and go down there to Audi, where exceptional luxury meets the road, and get yourself a beautiful new luxury vehicle to go with your new luxury kitchen. Am I coming through okay on here? Okay, I couldn't hear myself. Anyway, so tonight, 4 kids, Treasure Coast. I've got Kenya Reinhardt. She is the church engagement coordinator at 4 Kids.
I am. Thank you for having me tonight.
I'm so excited you're here. I'm really excited to find out that not only do you work with foster kids, you have how many of your own?
I have 10 biological children.
Wow.
So when you started talking about remodeling your kitchen, I was just thinking I'd be happy if all my dishes were done. But that's a goal maybe to upgrade and make it look all fancy. But for now, it's lived in.
That's a good way to be. And every home that's lived in and loved, with the children in there, you must have a lot of love in that house with 10 kids. And that's what your focus is to make sure that every child has a home.
That's correct. Yes, we our vision is a home for every child.
Yeah.
And our mission at 4Kids is to provide hope for kids in crisis. And by doing that, we believe that children in our community belong in loving and caring families.
Absolutely. I can't imagine 10 kids. I'm just still getting over that. We talked about it out in the hallway, and
Yes, we did.
my husband said, "Were you Catholic?"
No, just crazy maybe.
A happy mom.
Yeah.
And also that your name is so interesting, Kenya. And we had a little chat. I have to have you tell that story.
We did.
Please. Are you from Africa?
That's usually the
No.
first question.
Yeah.
And then what's the story behind the name?
Did
is
your
usually
parents go to Africa and have you there?
No, they did not. But I will share a story about when I was in 3rd grade. A teacher pulled me to the side after I was sharing a fictional story about how my name came about. And I did share with a group of kids that my parents were missionaries in Kenya, Africa, and that's how I got my name. And she gently pulled me aside and said, "That's not true."
Aww.
So there's no big
Were
story,
you
but
scarred for
a loving
life?
mother and father that gave me a beautiful name. And
I think that's wonderful.
Thank
And where
you.
do they live?
my mother lives locally. She's in Port St. Lucie, and my
Okay.
father's deceased. So
Oh.
it's his name was Ken. So I like to say that had a little bit to do with the Ken part of the Kenya.
Okay.
So
And you live in Port St. Lucie.
I do. I live
Yeah.
out in St. Lucie West. It's a wonderful community. We love living there. And
And you're from here, though. You went down south? You're from
I'm born and raised in Florida. Born
Amazing.
in Hialeah and lived my childhood in Hollywood, Florida. And then my husband and I lived in Broward County as well, out in the Coral Springs area.
Okay.
We moved
cool.
here about 10 years ago.
And we've got some listeners out there. I just want to say hi to our listeners. I love Cindy Wiley-Rude. She's with Martin County Rocks. She's been a frequent visitor here. Hi, Cindy.
Hi.
And Beth Ann Algie. Oh, she likes my dress.
Very nice.
Thank
I do
you.
too. And we matched. We like color coordinated.
Yeah, we
Didn't even
did.
know
We
it.
got the memo. You know, it's blue tonight. Well, thanks for joining us. And we've got some viewers on as well.
Perfect.
Watching. We've got at least 6. And Lisa Pinkley. Hi, Lisa.
Cute name.
And my mom, Mary Clegg. I just had
Hi,
was
Mary.
talking to her. Hi, Mom. She's 90.
Wow.
Yeah, and she's in Texas.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, and she
Wow.
had 4 of us. She had 4 girls. And I was telling her who was going to come on the show tonight and about the love in the home that you really reach out to the faith-based community.
do.
I admire that. It gives me goosebumps and a lump in my throat
Yep.
because I was raised in a very faithful home. And I used to ask my mother, "What's a Presbyterian?" You know? And what's
Maybe
a
different
Baptist?
answers to that.
Yeah,
but yeah.
right. And why does it have that name? And what is
Mhm.
that? You know, but they took us to church every Sunday. And my father was a very strong believer in the Bible.
Mhm.
And he was born a Baptist and raised that way. And she
Wonderful.
was born a Presbyterian. And I was like, how do you get born that way? You know,
Yeah.
so those are the questions a 4-year-old asks that are unanswerable. But one thing you and I said already is there are many problems in this world that don't have solutions, but this one does.
Yes.
Which is really nice to hear.
It's definable and it's solvable.
Yeah, I like that. So, but it's still a big problem.
It is. It's actually a crisis.
It is a crisis.
It's
If you look on your website,
Mhm.
which is, it's the number 4, everybody out there, it's www, then 4, the number 4, kids of S for South, FL for Florida, .org, and then /4kids, KIDS, Treasure Coast. But if you just start Googling 4Kids Treasure Coast, you'll come up with it.
sure will.
And you've got this map on the front page
do.
that shows how many kids are coming and going and how many families. There it is. Show that to the camera. Yeah, right
There you
here.
go.
There's that. And
Yep, that's our removal
there
map.
we go.
Sometimes
Yeah.
when you speak of large numbers like 1,900, 800,
Yeah.
people start to tune you out
Yeah.
and they think, oh, that's too big. We can't handle that. So as an organization, we
Excellent.
decided how are we going to reach the community and be more effective
Right.
in bringing awareness to that community. So what we did was we broke down the 985 children that were removed from their homes in the Treasure Coast into zip codes.
Mhm.
And that really speaks to a community when you see, you find your zip code on the map and you might even be surprised to think, oh, this doesn't happen in my backyard. And then you realize 22 children might have been removed that year from their homes in your community. And it shocks a lot of people. It shocked me.
I was shocked.
Yeah. But again, maybe we can't make a difference in 985, but we can start in our zip code. We can start in our community and reach out and partner with other organizations and partner with people who are trying to make an impact in the community and see what can we do to bring these numbers down, to reduce the amount of children. And that comes with the community as a whole coming together with different resources and things that they offer.
Well, I think that's marvelous. Now, because I also found out there are only 100 foster homes in all 4 counties, including Martin, St. Lucie, Indian River, and Okeechobee. But over 300 children need a foster home. So
yeah, our current numbers, because they do fluctuate monthly, so I did make sure that we were accurate with our final numbers. So it's a little bit higher, which is exciting because I want to see the numbers go up as far as homes, because our hope is that we will see no waiting children, but we'll see waiting families where there's no one in their home and they can sit back and know that we have enough homes. But we currently have 152 licensed homes in the Treasure Coast and Okeechobee.
Oh, good.
And that's between the 4 agencies. 36 of them are located here in Martin County. But an average of 7 children a day are removed in Martin County. So you're looking at a total number of 84 children coming in every year. So if you do the fast math, you can see that there's a great need here for more homes.
Absolutely. So if you're interested in participating in being a foster parent, a foster family, you can contact Kenya at 772-306-0835, or you can reach her via email, kenyar@4kidstreasurecoast.org. And of course, go on the website, 4Kids Treasure Coast, like I said, Google, it is listed under 4Kids of
We're pretty easy to find.
You're very easy to find. And you're on Facebook at
I'm on Facebook.
4Kids Treasure Coast, And, you can become a foster family. There is training. You want to talk about the training and the application process?
Absolutely. We are one of the placement agencies here that is contracted by Devereaux. Devereaux is our community-based agency.
Yes, I do know of Devereaux.
That takes care of the welfare of our children and elderly in our community. And we are one of those placement agencies. Like I mentioned before, there's 4. So if someone is interested in fostering, we do suggest they reach out to us. We can help them answer any questions that they might have, any misconceptions that they might have, and help them through that process to see if this is the path that they're going to go. And as they've already opened their heart, but to really see if this is something where they're interested in opening their home to a child in need. And so after we do a quick little interview, then we determine if we would be a good fit for them, or if maybe we suggest that they reach out to the other placement agencies. Because when you partner with an agency, it's kind of like a marriage. You want to find that agency that's going to give you the support that you're looking for in this journey of fostering. For kids, we provide our training classes. It's 21 hours is what is required from the state, and that goes through the basic needs of the child, the welfare situation, and in a nutshell, what you can learn in 21 hours. But you can't learn everything, but we do try to prepare them the best that we can. And so that's 21 hours. We offer those classes through 4Kids. We have a trainer that does those. And we meet at locations. We typically hold them on Saturdays at church locations. And the churches are very welcoming and allowing us to use their facilities to host these trainings. And after that, it's about 45 days from that training that we hope to provide a home that the doors are available and ready to open to take children in.
That's fantastic. Well, one of the things that is remarkable about you, that you're not only a saint for these children who need help. I want to find out how you decided to come to that, because you have 10 children of your own. And one of my friends out there, Lisa Pinkley, says she can't get past the 10 kids. What a saint. And I agree. I mean, threw my husband and myself for a loop, and I said, how long did it take you to get 10 kids? That's like a long time. And they're years apart, but you have, what age to what age? I think some people
my Molly is 3, and my oldest daughter, Kayla, she's 25, and she's married, so there's only 9 at home.
Wow, only 9 at home.
So, but yes, we're blessed by that, and her and her husband are pastors in this community in St. Lucie. They're youth pastors at Grace Family, and I'm proud of the work that they're doing, and we're excited to see where they're going with that.
And have they been a part of the community of churches that have helped you with the
Grace
fostering?
Family is one of our supporting churches. Yes, they allow us to have our material there.
Wonderful.
My daughter Kayla and Bronson, they actually did fostering for a year. I think it's kind of part of the wedding package is, you know that like we love 4 kids in our family. So if you're going to say yes to the dress, we also have to say yes to 4 kids. So it's almost like, automatic requirement for you to join the family. But yes, they have a heart for the orphan as well. And it's great to see that. And it's great to see the churches and the community, them being a part of it as well.
And is it your love of children? I mean, you have an obvious love of children. You have 10 of your own that brought you to 4 kids. How did you start to know about them and be involved with them?
And my journey with 4 kids started 17 years ago.
Wow.
In Broward County. I was, I had just had my 3rd baby, and she was only a couple months old, and a friend of mine had approached me, and I shared with her that I was no longer working. I was going to stay at home with the family and raise the family. And I had stopped teaching. I was a teacher before that. So before that, I was out there with children as well, and I did see some of the hurts and the needs within, the children coming through in the classrooms and the families that were hurting that represent these children. And so I explained to her that I was not working any longer. And Connie, if you're out there, she said, well, I think you'll still say yes to this. And I said, well, I can't because Victoria is a baby. There's no way I'm not going to put her in daycare. And she said, oh, but it's a 24-hour facility. So I immediately thought, well, does that mean I'm going to stay up all night? And certainly. So my journey did start, and I did work at Safe Place, which is one of our programs with 4 kids that is contracted through the county that takes children in immediately after their removal. They come and they transition in the facility. So I did several years of overnight shifts. Taking care of the children while they came in, because it's very important that during that transition they have somewhere where they can just feel at peace and try to help them process what's happening to them.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So I want to know, those are great names. Molly, Victoria, what are the names of your kids? I think it's I'm so impressed with you.
Quiz.
We'll talk more about it. Yeah, but now's the quiz. Name those children.
Name those children. There's Kayla, there's Madison, Victoria, there's Cassidy, there's Dylan, he's a Martin Dillon Jr., there's Dylan, there's Carly, there's Allison, there's Carson, Cannon, and Molly.
Oh.
And if I forgot any of them, I'm in big trouble.
I wasn't counting. I don't think you did, probably. I think that's the most amazing house of love I've ever heard of. And you wanted to have foster children in addition to your biological children.
Well, my hope back then was, to raise my own family, and I felt that we didn't feel at the time that we had the space for that. And in church, always valuing what the Lord saw as a mandate in Scripture to care for those in their time of need, and that was always on my heart. And I think that was instilled through the years spending in the church, and knowing that God, for our true religion, is to care for the orphan and the widow in their time of need. So that was always part of kind of who I am. I did have a past as well of a broken home and a father who had addictions and came out of that. So I kind of understood from that side that children need loving and supporting adults in their life to help them through that, a loving, supportive family that thankfully I didn't enter the foster care system, that my mother was very loving and she came out of, some very hard times, but with grandparents and supportive family members. But not everybody has that. Not every child has that support system.
And that's what I said to my mom today, talking to her. I said, I'm so grateful to you and Papa. He's gone too. But for being loving parents, we don't realize how lucky we are and blessed we are. I think I knew all along, but when I talk to someone like you, who you're working in this system of foster children, it's the unseen, it's the untalked about.
It is.
And it's so sad, and yet it's hopeful, which I'm glad about, that we can do something about it. And that people are doing something. And, the agency has been down south for about 20 years.
20 years. We're celebrating 20 years this year. So we're hoping to shine forward is our, motto.
3 years here?
We have been 3 years here in the Treasure Coast.
Okay.
And we also provide care in West Palm. So we're growing north, I guess.
Growing north.
We're growing north, and we are hopeful that we would be able to expand in the future as well.
Good. And so when you... people could just come to you, that it's word of mouth, but you've got the website through their churches. And they have a whole process to go through, and there are home checks as
There
well,
are.
right?
There are home studies, yes.
Right,
The state requires that a home be ready, be safe.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody has any questions, every home is different, so you can never know what questions someone's going to ask. And there are times where, people think, oh, my house isn't big enough, but if we can shift some beds around and maybe drop off some bunk beds and provide some way to make it work, we can work with some families. Sometimes they think it won't work, but in reality, we really can try to come in and help them get their home ready, and for just to be a safe and loving environment for these children.
Well, that's good. And people can donate to help,
They
right?
can.
If you can't take a child
Absolutely.
yourself, you can assist in this process by donating on the website.
Yes.
And don't forget, you go to 4kidstreasurecoast.org, or, the main thing is 4kids of SFL, that's hard to say, but .org. And also call Kenya at 772-306. 206.
Yes.
I wrote it wrong.
Some guy's going to be thinking, who's Kenya?
Okay. All right. So 206-0835. Okay. So check that out. Or I didn't get the email right? KenyaR@4kidstreasurecoast.org.
You got it. Spells
Okay.
out Treasure Coast.
Spelled
Yes.
out Treasure Coast. And so we want to encourage more families to get involved.
Yes.
And there is training, because you don't, as we say, kids don't come with a guidebook, but
Right.
when you're a foster parent, guess what? There is a guidebook.
Yeah.
There is a certain amount of stuff you need to know,
Mhm.
and there are forms right there on the website for you to fill out. And I love this quote from a class participant. It says, "The stay may be temporary, but the love lasts forever. The difference that you can make lasts forever."
It does. I agree.
And that's, here we are, the Martin County Difference. I think every single person can make a difference, and my encouragement for this program and out there is to spread positivity.
Yes.
And you're certainly doing that.
Yeah, we want to make an impact here in
Make
the
an
community.
impact and wipe out homelessness for children and hunger and all of that. So I'm truly hopeful that what we're saying tonight is going out and hitting someone's ears and their heart, and you'll have it on your heart to pick up the phone, open your computer, click on 4Kids, and make a difference in a kid's life. And because you have some kids who are brothers and sisters.
We do.
And
that's a really, really hard situation here. And when we look at the number of children that are going into that, when we run out of homes for them to go to, many of these children are then, the question is, where are those kids going? And the total number of children that are going to group homes is about 75. And due to that number being so high, our shelters here in group homes certainly can't, we don't have the capacity for that.
right.
So those children are then also being sent out of district, and which is making it even more traumatic on these children. They're leaving their communities, they're leaving their schools, and now they're leaving their circuit, and that's making it very challenging for families who are wanting to get well and get their family back together and work on a plan to have their visitations, and for these children to stay connected with their schools and their teachers, and the sibling groups. Many of these sibling groups have been there for a couple of years in these shelters because we don't want to break them up.
Right.
We see children coming in, and for these older children, many of them are the caregivers.
Oh.
These are the ones where you have a 9-year-old and a 4-month-old, and to this 9-year-old, that's her baby. She's fed that baby. She wakes up with that baby. She takes care of that baby when mom and dad can't. And so to see them separate, and to see just the concern and the worry on their faces and not knowing what's happening. And for many of these younger children, that's their protector. This is the constant in their life,
Their
that,
big sister, their big brother.
through everything, this is what they have. And so
Yeah.
to see them separated, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And to know that families, families are stretching themselves, some of our foster families, because if they don't say yes to the siblings, they're going to be broken up. And we don't want that happening. And
No.
many of times it does have to happen. It's a sad reality. We don't have enough homes that are willing to take sibling groups.
And some of the people out there who are listening, I wanted to read their comments. Lisa Pinkley has asked, how long on average do the children spend in foster care?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
And I would say every case is different depending on what the families are going through. You could have a family that's really just coming out of kind of like that generational poverty, where they really don't know how to parent, and they might need parenting classes and mentors to come alongside and help them, and a judge can give them a plan on an action that they can work towards to, get on track,
That's good. So
And
it's not always about the children. Well, the children might be removed. I guess you have
Yes,
different situations.
there are.
But you have parents who just need a little help and
You
guidance.
do.
But you also have neglect and abuse.
You do, and that's
That's the best thing is to get the child out of there so
Right.
they're not hurt.
exactly, and to hope that family can then find the help that they need.
So that is something
Yes.
that also comes along with
It
the
does
territory.
come along with that.
Right.
And so as far as how long do they stay, we never know.
Yeah.
Some children can stay one day in a placement and they find a relative that may, surface that they've found, and then they may transition that child to that relative. Some children end up staying forever. Their parents are not capable and not able to follow the plan that the state has required, and their parental rights are terminated. And we've seen over 500 adoptions through 4 kids of children who have found forever families
Oh, that's good.
that have stuck with them and, seen that they can love them and that they belong to a family forever.
That's a good ending.
Yeah.
That's a good story. And the other question, well, it's not so much a question but a statement, a really nice, encouraging thing is Cindy Wiley-Rude, who's my buddy from Martin County Rocks. She said she always wanted to be a foster parent, and she would love to raise some money in the future. I think that's a great idea,
It's
Cindy.
a great idea.
Martin County Rocks.
We have a new director in the community, and I'm
Okay.
so excited to, prance him around and introduce him to
Well,
some of
tell
the
us.
amazing people here. And
What's
we
his
need
name?
friend. His name is Tim Putnam.
Tim Putnam.
Tim
Okay.
Putnam.
Welcome, Tim.
Yes, excuse me for the mixed up there, but he's here in this community, and we are really wanting to take 4 kids to the next level and bring in friends of 4 kids and advocates for 4 kids. And the community that can come alongside, and businesses and partners and individuals that say, I might not be able to open my home,
Yeah.
but how can I support?
Right.
It takes
Sponsoring.
sponsorships are important, and we are a nonprofit, so 60% of our budget is in-kind giving, and we want to provide excellence to our families and our children, and by doing that, we want to make sure we have training available for our families. We can provide resources for them as well if they are in need of items, and also to provide support workers. I think the support workers at 4 Kids are really what makes a difference in foster care, because they really help bridge that gap between the family and the system, if you will.
That's what I was just going to ask you about. The topics addressed in the training include that about managing the behaviors and
Yes.
healing from trauma and maintaining those family birth connections, but also
Yes.
those attachment issues that affect foster children and the impact that this fostering has on the foster family. Because you're assimilating, it's like a mobile hanging in
Right.
a room, and it's
We
disturbed.
don't want to
and-
sugarcoat and say that it's always easy,
No.
But here's the thing: we're going to go through it with you.
That's good.
And that's where we provide our own trauma-informed care training. It's called EPIC, and that's where the 4 comes in 4 Kids. We see the need to reach the whole child and provide
Right.
support for their emotional, their physical, their intellectual, and the character of a child. And helping families understand behaviors and where they come from. Because many of these children, the trauma that they've experienced, their behaviors are just a result of that.
Right.
And the trauma that the brain has, science shows when, they don't have attachment and what happens in the brain when they don't receive that as a baby, and really to help parents understand the behaviors that they see. But the good news is that our brain is designed to heal and to grow.
That's good.
So with
Yeah.
love and attachment, healthy attachment and healthy love, these children, the hope is that they will heal while they're in our care.
The brain, the human body, our psyche is an amazing entity.
is.
And God is good because He has made us so that we can survive just about almost anything. And it's amazing what children can survive when you add love into it.
That's right.
And it's so nice to know there are people out there willing to love.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just it. We all want to love and be loved. And when you said the abandonment, I mean, this is a very slight thing, but I felt abandoned when I was little because I got left behind at, we were in a good place, Disneyland in California, but I was the youngest. I was 6 years old. And my family, all of a sudden, they weren't around.
Yeah.
And I thought they had
fear.
left me. It scarred me for life.
Right.
I felt abandoned, and I cannot imagine having that for real.
And many,
It just-
for these children, that's every day for them. They feel that.
Yeah, and I mean, I was in the happiest place on the earth, right?
Yeah.
Disneyland. So if it can happen there, just
Yeah.
think when it happens in the real world.
Yeah.
And that's,
And the things that they see and the things that they have to go through
My husband is laughing.
Tell them where you were. You were in Treasure Island.
Treasure
I was
Island.
in Treasure Island.
Oh, it's easy to get lost there.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was 6, so I don't know how. I haven't been back since. It was so horrible.
Oh, no.
It was supposed to be the happiest time of my life.
Oh,
And it was
scarred.
the worst. I know.
Yep.
And then so, anyway, Tom Sawyer Island or whatever,
Yeah.
Treasure Island, and all of a sudden, wow. I mean, they vanished. So I cannot imagine. I mean, that's a funny story now
It
in
is.
retrospect, but it's not funny when that happens in real life. And I just know the feeling. It was a weird, inescapable loneliness, and
that's why we need families to come alongside.
Pray for those.
I mean,
families.
and we love the work that our shelters are doing locally,
Mhm.
Hibiscus House and our group homes. But even they would agree that they were not originally designed to have children permanently there. And for many of these children, that's their permanency. Children belong in families.
Yeah.
They belong in a
Yeah.
home where they can lay their head down and have a seat at a table.
Oh my gosh. And then I hear a little noise. Is that more music bleeding in, Cliff? No?
It's just headphones.
Oh, it's just the headphones. Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about your 4 Kids Vision Tour and what that is. That's something that happens down south.
Well, it
In
is something
Broward?
that they do in Broward. We have
Yeah.
a headquarters, and we have actually we have many other programs in Broward that hopefully one day we'll be able to see here as well. But those programs took quite a few years to develop, and they do those with excellence. There's group homes. We have boys and girls homes. We have
Okay.
crisis pregnancy home for unplanned pregnancies for young women to stay and choose life and have their babies there.
Oh.
And aftercare for that. We also have aged out programs. Those are children who have aged out of the system
Mhm.
after 18 that want to become something, and but they just need a little extra help. So they're able to stay in that type of program with the help of a house parent.
Ah.
So those are wonderful programs. So down in Broward, what they do is they allow you to kind of tour and see those. And here we right now only license foster families,
Okay.
but our hope is to grow that.
And with the other thing, I just want to say hi to a couple more people. Brian Moriarty. Hi, Brian. Brian is one of our dancers, so go to mchealthystart.org. Don't forget. Great show, Julia. You rock. Great guest tonight, too. Yeah. And so thanks for joining. And Jane Harness has joined. And Cindy and Christina Stamper. Hi, Julia. She said, so Christina, one of she started an organization called Madison's Miracles.
Oh, wonderful.
Her daughter's name was Madison, but
Mhm.
Madison did not make it past childbirth.
I think I've
You
seen
know
that
about
story.
that, yeah. So I want to
Sorry.
say a love and hello out to Cindy and Christina tonight. Cindy from Martin County Rocks, my mom. Thanks to everybody for listening. And now Nancy Pevler has joined.
Okay, hi
Yeah,
Nancy.
you know Nancy.
I
right?
don't. Do I know her?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I
She knows
Nancy.
us.
We know you now.
I'm so glad. We have fans.
Wow.
Yay! So that's what this is all about, is spreading the word. So please share the broadcast. That's another thing I like to remind
Yeah.
people. What you're watching is the Martin County Difference.
Right.
I'm your host, Julia Sansevere. My guest is Kenya Reinhardt. She's with 4 Kids Treasure Coast. It's a foster program for children, and it's all about making sure every child has a home.
That's it.
And speaking of homes, I'm going to derivate off a little bit. We've got just a couple of things. Back to real estate, because I forgot. I didn't get a chance before we sat you down. And so, but just real quickly, if you are looking for a house out there, go to juliasansevere.com. I am a realtor, Coldwell Banker, and I do have a wonderful new listing in River Marina. It's a really good price. Under $200,000, you can have a nice townhouse here in Martin County. And that is in River Marina for about $189,900. That's amazing. And hey, Aubrey Campbell has joined, and she likes the Martin County Difference. I thank you, Aubrey. Aubrey is the one who I did the dancing with the Martin Stars. She's the queen over there
Wow.
at Martin County Healthy Start Coalition. So everybody
Program.
love Aubrey. Love on Aubrey. But also I've got a condo out in Hutchinson Island at Hutchinson House East for $415. All you snowbirds in Canada, I was talking to you earlier, you Canadians, come on down.
Hop on
This
it.
is a perfect condo on the ocean for you. And Highland Road, Tropic Breeze Estates, I have a beautiful little house there for also under $300. 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. That's right by the Kane Center. And 2 properties in Lighthouse Point on Dyer Point Road. One is a beautiful big 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath with a pool. That is just been lowered down. The price is now $449,900, which is a great buy. And also in Lighthouse Point on the water, $548,900. and that is waterfront ocean access. So, and a vacant lot in Port St. Lucie to boot, on a canal, so for only $31.9. So that's my little commercial for myself. I forgot. I got to sponsor my own show here.
Yeah.
You know, but we do have some interesting facts and figures from 4 kids, and I just review those for people who are tuning in now.
Absolutely.
That we have this map. I'm showing this map. This is by
That
zip
is our map.
code. And it shows the amount of people. I gotta look at it. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, like, for instance, in 34997, where are we up here? And how many does that say? 32?
I don't have my eyes on.
I think so.
Uh-oh, we're in
So
trouble.
we're in trouble, yeah. So we have Martin County, St. Lucie County,
Yes.
and Indian River County.
And
all-
Okeechobee.
And Okeechobee is represented. Here we go, Palm City, 34990. 8 children removed from home.
And the zip code right next to you being 19.
There is 19, 34997, so in the Stewart area. Then in Hobe Sound, 8. So these are the children, and they're just a few here and there, but it adds up. So if you can reach into your heart and your pocket, what does it cost to be a foster parent? There we go. Let's
There's
talk about
not
that.
really many costs that
Not
go
many
behind.
costs.
I mean,
Okay.
you know, as we try to even come alongside the families as they're preparing their homes, and there's I don't know if you've done the foster parent closet. There's 2 foster moms that have opened up a closet. Yes, you want to get on them, Erica, if you're out there. And they,
How do we find them? Are they on Facebook?
They are. There's a foster parent closet. Yes, and
okay.
so there's resources where people can drop off. Instead of coming to 4 kids, these 2 moms are foster moms. They came together, and people who are interested donate items that would benefit the foster families. And so our foster families, with all the placement agencies, are able to access this closet and get whatever they need that's available there, whether it's a crib or car seats or formula, you know, diapers and wipes. And so that's been a huge resource. So in all honesty, it really doesn't cost them much. You know, there's a couple of little forms, and it's very minimal. And we try to make it as easy as possible. And, you know, getting the house prepared might be the biggest cost, because some things you might have to buy a fire extinguisher. If anybody wants to donate fire extinguishers, that would be wonderful.
Okay, so all kinds of things. So you have a wish list on the website.
We do have a wish list there.
Okay.
And a greatest need right now, gift cards for our
grocery
families.
stores,
Because once you get a
restaurants,
placement, you might get a call at 3 a.m. and you don't know the age of the child necessarily, and you're not always prepared for who's coming, and you may need to do a quick run to Walmart, need to go buy supplies. You know, if you're licensed for, you know, ages 0 to 10, you're not going to have everything you need in the house right away. And, you know, even when we have teens come in or children that might need clothing, it's nice to be able for us to drop off gift cards to those families and then have those children be able to go pick out the things that they need.
Yeah.
We are all for donations as far as used items, but it is nice to be able to kind of give them that and drop that off. Yeah, especially for back to school would be a great time if you're interested in giving gift cards for our kids that are going back to school to help them go buy shoes and book bags and items like that. Devereaux is great at providing the school supplies, but it is nice to send them back with some dignity and you know, a little help with their self-esteem.
Yeah, well, the worst thing I ever heard, I'm in Women's Council of Realtors, is that we did a drive one time for duffel bags and rolling suitcases.
Right.
Because the worst thing is all they have is a garbage bag.
That is the reality of many of them.
And so we thought we'd get a couple hundred bags.
Right.
We got 800 bags.
That's amazing.
It is. And we have a woman in Women's Council of Realtors in another part of Florida, and we did it statewide.
Right.
And it was a great thing, and everybody was appreciative. So, but Pam Muchnick-Smith says best guest ever.
Oh,
now,
thanks,
you do know Pam.
I do know Pam. She's a longtime friend, and she herself used to be a 4 kids foster mom.
Oh,
her and her family, so
thank
she
you,
knows
Pam.
firsthand. She's a wonderful friend of the family, so she knows all 10 kids. And then she also has the same heart and passion for 4 kids. Hi, Pam.
Oh, and Marty Reinhardt.
Oh, I know him.
And who might Marty be?
Well, he would be my husband.
Okay, he's the father of all
He
those
is the
children.
father. Hi, honey.
Wow, he says great show.
Thanks.
And Dina Dusso, Skylar likes the photo of you of that we posted.
Very nice.
And Christina Stamper shared this post, shared the show. So thank you, Christina. And a few more shared it. So Donna Moore says, I'm a fan. Great show. Thank you so much, Donna. And that makes me feel good.
There you go.
Melissa Burke says Madison's Cuddle Cots. She loves Madison's Cuddle Cots. That's great.
That's wonderful.
And she's enjoying the shows. Thank you, Melissa. And, you know, it's all about you guys out there. I want to thank the audience who tunes in. I really appreciate. Oh, Madison Rose Reinhardt.
Oh, I know her too.
That would be your daughter. She says you're the best mom ever.
Oh, Madison, I love
would
you.
think so. You've got 9 brothers and sisters to go along with this.
She's super sweet. She's our second oldest, and she has a heart for 4 kids as well. And she's volunteered with many of our other children as far as babysitting and helping families. So it really, it's Team Reinhardt in our house.
That is so awesome. I expect to see you in People Magazine or CNN's Heroes eventually, unless maybe I've got a couple of people I could nominate. You're one of them.
Okay.
Christina Stamper's another one.
Oh, wonderful.
We've got some great people here in this community who do great things to make this world a better place for all, and that's what this show's about.
We're trying.
That's what this community is about. It's about spreading positivity. It's about smiling at somebody, making their day, because you don't know how that can change somebody's whole perspective. I've got a friend, and she talks about that a lot. She goes beyond her comfort zone and does things because you challenge yourself. It's really good, but we talk about giving each other a hug whenever you see somebody, a smile, because it's a lonely world out there sometimes.
And for many of these children, that might be the first time that they ever know that kind of love.
And it's a welcoming and a graciousness that then gives them a better balance in life, going forward. So now the other thing about I lost my train of thought. Sorry. The foster care system.
Yes.
How are we looking in terms of the future? And this is this one agency. Are there other agencies around that do what you do?
There are.
Okay.
We have, I would say, some of the best placement agencies in Florida. Having been with 4 kids for 17 years, I mean, I did have a 12-year maternity leave. But my heart has always been with 4 kids, and, you know, seeing some of the challenges and obstacles, Devereaux is one of the best community-based care agencies that oversees the welfare of our children here. There are 3 other placement agencies. There's Place of Hope, which is an organization out of Christ Fellowship, and they also are one of our foster placement agencies. There's Mount Bethel, which is also down in Broward in Fort Lauderdale area, and they're new up here as well. Hi, Mount Bethel. So anytime I go somewhere, I try to bring them along and help them along, because we're not in a competition. When there's no waiting children, I said game on. Yeah. Now we are in this together.
I like that.
We are not competing here, and we have one goal, and that is to get children in homes. And then we have Camelot. So Camelot is a placement agency, so that's 4. That's the 4 of us. So together we have 152 homes, and our goal is to really increase that. You know, there's about 220 children that we are short finding homes for.
Okay, so then do you think you need another 200 homes?
I would love it. Another 200 homes would be wonderful.
Let's see if we can get that goal.
I would love that.
Let's hit that goal, everybody
hit it
out there.
Let's do it.
I want to thank Courtney Smith. She's saying, "Get it, Miss Kenya."
Oh, she's Pam's daughter. So she was a foster sister at one point, but she's like a daughter to us too. So.
And Marilyn Mortis has joined.
Very nice.
Thank you, Marilyn. And thanks to Jane Harness for sharing this. Thanks for everybody out there who shared this.
And that's it. It's
Beth
really sharing awareness.
Sharing this awareness.
And being an advocate.
And by the way, this show will live on YouTube, on the channel, The Martin County Difference, and you can share it from there. It will also be on this Facebook page. And I please encourage you to join the Facebook group, The Martin County Difference, because you'll get notified, and you know, you can post there comments and ideas for other shows, things happening in the community that you think I would like to know about. I would love to know about anything going on.
Absolutely.
But you want to stay in touch with me. I'm at 772-919-1385. You can go to my website, juliasansevere.com, and if you want to see my dance, that's on YouTube too.
I'm gonna have to look that up later.
You have to look that up. It's the Latin Hustle. Ooh. That was last year. This year I'm doing a slow waltz into the room.
That'll be pretty.
But it's on Facebook too. I have the Julia. I think, what did I call it? It was Julia Sansevere Dancing with the Martin Stars, right? So anything on Facebook, it's great. I love Facebook. So you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of these places. I'm out there. What's the one with the pictures?
Snapchat?
No,
Instagram.
Thank you, Instagram. I'm getting a blank here. Oh my God. So I want to thank everybody for joining in tonight. I want to thank Kenya.
Thank you.
Kenya Reinhardt, you are super mom, super woman, and I can't believe you have 10 children. If anybody missed that part at the beginning of the show, that just threw me for a loop.
Well, I'd like to say if anybody can, we can all do something.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can all be a voice. We can all, and that's it. For me, we have too many children. Deborah will not put more children in my house, but I can be a voice.
No, and I think that your 10 children can go out and
That's
be
it.
your little minions.
They are. Oh, they come alongside.
And they do, and
Yes.
you're a whole team. You're a whole like organization.
That's it.
Do the people who do the fostering, do they get assistance from the state?
There is a stipend.
Okay.
They do get some financial assistance. I think they would all agree that it's not that much.
Mhm.
So that's where we do try to find businesses and partners that can come alongside and support them as well. You could have a hair salon and provide free haircuts. You can.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, bless
Those are good
bless a
ideas.
family with a meal. I mean, just businesses can come alongside, and we want to be able to provide whatever resources they need. So if a family needs a crib and that's what's holding them back from opening up their home, we want to be able to provide that for them.
That's
so we're
great.
always looking for
Donations,
financial
new or
donations,
used.
helps.
Yeah, that
Help
sounds
as well.
new or used. So thank you for liking and loving the show and sharing it. I like and love this 4 Kids Treasure Coast so
Thank
much
you.
now. I'm so glad I got to meet Kenya. Kenya, reached out to me
Mm-hmm.
on Facebook because you had seen the
I
show.
did.
So I'm glad you did.
And doing great
And we-
things, bringing
Yeah.
awareness here to Martin
Yeah,
County.
and it's a lot of fun to talk to people in the community because emails and texting and
Yeah.
it's too much technology. This is more fun to talk to a real person and get the
It's
real
fun.
skinny on
Yeah.
what it's all about.
And I always say, never assume malice when ignorance is suffice.
Mm,
So that goes with everything. When
Mhm.
people just don't know,
right.
and we need to let people know the needs in the community, but we also need to let the community know the great things that people are doing.
Well, absolutely, and we have so many good organizations that help
Mhm.
in so many ways, from Tykes and Teens.
Yep, just saw them tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
I told
gosh.
them to call you.
Ah,
Yeah.
well, they were on.
They were, okay.
They were on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been on a couple times. They were on with Brian, Dr.
Okay.
Brian Moriarty. He
Okay.
was here, well, he was with, boy, I get the shows mixed up with him, but he was here, and they were here.
Wonderful.
And they're a wonderful organization. And of course, it all started last year with Martin County Healthy Start Coalition.
Nice.
And my buddy Aubrey Campbell got me involved, and Lisa Holland, thank you, and Tina White, all of the, and thank you. We had such a good time last year, and I have a few friends in Dancing with the Martin Stars this year. There's John Gonzalez, Rosie Shepard, Brian Moriarty, and coming up on the show soon is going to be Randy Pennington. So I want you guys to keep tuning in. Next week I will be on a little bit of a break, so we're going to have a repeat show, and that will be Rosie Shepard and Healthy Start Coalition, where it all began. It'll be this year's show, but it's been over a year now that I've been doing the show, and I did it for Healthy Start, but then I started having so much fun, I did it for me.
That's great. Well, you're doing it for the community.
And I'm doing it for the community,
You
but
are.
I do have a background in broadcasting, so people go, what in the world are you doing on
That's
radio?
not surprising.
Yeah, it's like, and then Kenya was on the phone with me. I'm like, we are not going to have one bit of trouble talking on there. You just,
I know. I
you're
didn't actually say my boss, he was concerned for a moment. I said, do you really think I can't talk that long?
No, you
Sorry, Matt.
had so many great things to say. You're so full of knowledge and energy and good spirit, and I'm so glad I got to meet you and
Thank
have you
you.
here tonight, because I think the audience is appreciative of having
Thank you.
heard from you and knowing more about 4 Kids, because it is new on the coast.
It is.
It's new on on our Treasure Coast for about 3 years, and it's
Mhm.
been down south for about 20.
Yes.
And that's a big, huge thing.
It is a
to
big, huge
celebrate
thing.
20 years.
It is.
And tonight and tomorrow night is this program that they have down there, right, on Thursday and Friday
Mhm.
night, the tour.
They do their tours, yes, and that's bringing in business partners and local community
Yeah,
members
the
and
vision
churches.
tour.
And we really want to bring in those friends of 4 Kids, that
Yeah.
can't foster, but they can be defenders. We have a wonderful
Yeah.
defender program
Okay.
once a month, $30 to help provide support and training, and it takes $3,370 about to build, if you will, a foster family, and that's to give the support that they need in their home and help them with their support workers and training and all that.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It
Those
is.
are some good little facets
Yes.
that I didn't even know about that from having.
So be a defender. You get a shirt too.
Oh, a shirt.
Yes.
Okay, there's bling
And
involved.
they're really, really good.
Swag. There's swag and bling
There's
involved.
swag.
So, I want to thank the audience. I want to thank Cliff, who's
Thank
sitting
you.
in for Frank tonight. Thank my husband. He's always sweet and here.
Is he
every
awake?
night. Yeah, he's awake. He's looking down at his phone. Richard. Thanks, Kenya Reinhardt
Thank
and
you.
Foster. The foster home situation is 4Kids, and look them up. They're at 4kids.org, 4kidstreasurecoast.org, and you can call them at 772-206-0746 or info@4kidstreasurecoast.org, or reach out to Kenya there.
Come by the
Kenya
office and see us.
Come out there and tell them where the office is.
We are just off of Dixie Highway. We're next to Treasure Coast Community Church. Look
Okay.
us up. Call me.
Okay, great.
I'll
Call
invite
her.
you over.
And see you next week. Repeat next week, and then the next week after that, I've got a great show with Randy Pennington and one of my partners from the dancing last year. Good night.
And this is WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The time right now is 8 o'clock.
Yay! So thanks everybody on Facebook.
Guess
Thank you.
what?
Everybody for sharing and looking. Shelly Olsen Hammer.
Who's Shelly?
Shelly Olsen
Oh, I
Hammer.
don't know her.
Oh, I know Shelly. I know Shelly.
Oh, that's
Aubrey and Jane. Thanks everybody, and
Thank
Brian Murray
you.
and Donna Moore, and Beth Ann Algie. Oh my gosh, everybody,
That was
all my
sweet.
buddies. Thank you.
Very nice.
And it's going to be Troy McDonald. I couldn't think. I was like, Troy was in. He's our mayor of Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to
He's
meet
gonna-
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be great. So check this out on
Thank
YouTube
you.
later. All right.
That's wonderful.
show.
Thank you so much. He's ready for bed.
Guess what?